So like everyone else, I've seen these movies dozens of times, right? I lived off those freeform ABC Family, like Harry Potter weekends, but I finally decided to pick this book up, and there are just some crazy things that I have to mention for all my like non-Harry Potter readers, because like you're living in the dark, and I feel like it's my job to just expose this for you. So first, Albus Dumbledore is absolutely unhinged. This dude should not be calling the shots. Like right in the very beginning, he swoops in to see Professor McGonagall. They're at the Dursleys right before baby Harry comes, and McGonagall's all worried, and she asks Dumbledore if the rumors about the Potters being killed are true. And this dude just like nonchalantly like takes out a lemon candy from his pocket and pops it in, and he's like, yeah, they're dead. And like he didn't give a single fuck. It felt like Harry Potter was now just an inconvenience for this guy, and like I kind of understand it, but like he gave no remorse. Later on, as everyone like sits down, they make it to Hogwarts, and it's like their first feast. He stands up and says, "I have a few words before we eat: nitwit, blubber, oddment, tweak." And everyone's like, "What? What did he just say?" And then he just sits down. And like, could you imagine that being a first year and this dude says that? I'd be like, what the fuck is going on here, dude? Especially if you were a Muggle, like you'd be like, this dude's like the top dog. And I don't know. At the end of it, Ron and Hermione are even like, dude, like this Dumbledore guy low-key kind of used you, bro, and you could have been killed. And he's like, nah, Dumbledore's chilling. Like, you almost killed an 11-year-old, which is pretty crazy. Second major news announcement, Neville is like a huge fucking character. The dude was in it just as much as Ron and Hermione were, and the movies just treated him like some little side piece, I guess. But he was always there. Like, for example, Neville actually was there when they run into Fluffy for the first time. Neville was the one that got detention with Harry into the dark forest. Ron wasn't even there. I mean, the whole reason those three even become friends was because Neville lost his toad, Trevor, on the train. So kind of owe it all to that guy, but he gets no love. And the third and probably craziest unhinged moment, in my opinion, is how hard they downplayed Harry's ability on the Quidditch pitch. When the homie Wood, the captain, was teaching him Harry Quidditch, he says, I wouldn't be surprised if he turned out better than Charlie Weasley, and he could have played for London if he hadn't gone off chasing dragons. And I was just like, dude, like, why doesn't Harry go pro after all of this? Like, all this Voldemort bullshit pushed aside. Like, imagine if a celebrity who basically saved the world went on to become a Hall of Famer on top of that. Like, and any team would want them for, think about the financial return of just the jersey sales of having Potter on your back. But I don't know. I don't know why he didn't go pro if he was this good after all this, but I'm dying to know, like, what job is so important that Harry Potter doesn't become a professional Quidditch player. Anyways, other than that, I think I found only like two kind of small, I don't know, major plot holes. I could be wrong. I could be completely missing something, but that's possible. But first was when Hagrid takes Harry to the Leaky Cauldron for the first time, and they actually run into Professor Quirrell. He shakes his hand, and they specifically called that out, like he shook his hand. And at the end of the movie, basically he's just like bursting into combustion at the touch. Like, why didn't that happen the first time? I don't know. I don't know what I'm missing, but please enlighten me. Second, Dumbledore says he puts a spell on the Sorcerer's Stone, and this power stated that only someone who wanted to find the stone but not use the stone or have someone else use the stone would get the stone. If that was the case, why wouldn't you have just left it at Gringotts in the first place? Why take it to Hogwarts through all of this? Like, to my understanding, even if someone broke into the Gringotts vault, which they did, they still wouldn't have gotten it because they were there trying to obtain it for the same reasons. And wouldn't the vault then just have been like technically empty to them? Am I missing something? Like, please let me know my logic is flawed there, but I think they could have just left it in there. Yeah. The only weird other honorable mention, I guess, about the book is they go way more in depth in like the creatures, like the Norbert baby dragon stuff was totally different. There's a ghost named Peeves, and he's basically like pulling pranks on students all the time throughout the entire book, and everyone hates him, and he becomes a pretty big problem because like they're always trying to sneak out at night too. And the centaur piece is in the Forbidden Forest was a much bigger thing. Like, Harry's riding on the back of a centaur at one point, and you're just like, what the fuck, dude? But all right, thanks. This was good. On to Chambered Secrets. So, yeah, thanks.